Welcome to Worldwide Business. I'm Kathy Ireland. Philanthropy comes in many forms. Naomi Sarna Designs combines unique gem carvings with exquisite design and offers it as a sustainable opportunity to one of the poorest countries in the world. Artist, owner, and designer Naomi Sarna is here to talk about her love for creating entrepreneurship and giving back. Welcome, Naomi.
Thank you so much.
Naomi, would you please give us an overview of how our global economic condition has impacted the jewelry market?
The recession of 2007-8 and the depressed oil prices had a very bad effect on fine jewelry, luxury jewels. It's only beginning to recover now. And during that time, many fine setters and jewelers lost their jobs, and now they've been replaced by computer designers. These are very different skill sets. The whole jewelry industry has changed radically. It's just never going to be the same.
Well, can you please tell us how Naomi Sarna Designs has stayed resilient despite these conditions?
It took me a long time to quit my day job. And in the meantime, I was collecting over a period of years many of the gems that you see here, and I had very beautiful relationships with gem dealers and mineral dealers who saved pieces for me and had a lot of confidence in my work. Plus, along the line, I was winning these awards, and that was very encouraging. And then one day, the Smithsonian Institute chose one of my carvings to be a part of the permanent American gem collection.
Congratulations.
So I'm a part of history, and I feel that I cried the day that happened.
Oh my goodness.
That was very thrilling.
Will you please introduce us to Naomi Sarna Designs and talk about the passion that fuels your creations?
Every time I sit down to a piece of rough, these are pieces that I would start with. This is almost the way that they come out of the ground.
Gorgeous. Can you talk about the stones?
I get very excited.
Oh, and beautiful.
As I'm working, I see, well, this goes this way, this goes that way, that goes the other way. And it speaks to me.
Right.
Seriously, it speaks to me. This piece had a crack in it originally. This is an incredibly beautiful, very fine garnet, water clean, and I looked at the crack, people didn't want it, and I said, I know exactly what I'm going to do with that.
Oh, that's good. And you hand carve these?
I carved this by hand. It's a very meditative and wonderful experience to watch what comes out, because it isn't always planned. Mm-hmm. Sometimes something will happen, it'll crack, or suddenly something beautiful will show up.
Well, let's break for an intimate portrait of Naomi Sarna Designs in this Worldwide Business Field Report.
The fine art of engraving and carving gems dates back thousands of years, with its origins in the early cultures of Mesopotamia. While some of the tools have been updated, the actual process of cutting, carving, and engraving remains largely unchanged. Naomi Sarna is revolutionizing the industry with her world-renowned one-of-a-kind jewelry and gem carvings.
She is creating pieces that no one else in the trade has done in the past. What I really appreciate about her work is her capacity and being brave enough to take these expensive pieces of rough gemstones and start carving them into the pieces that you see, knowing that on the way she could break one up, they could crack, but she doesn't care. She continues, and she has all these beautiful pieces as a result. And she is creating a legacy with this.
Naomi, how common is it for a designer to produce both gem carvings as well as high-end jewelry?
I do the carving and I also do the setting, but very few people do both. Most people either carve or they set, and that's it. I feel that it's important to make, I mean, look at this setting. I mean, I carved that stone, so it's important to me to be able to do both, because there's a limit to how much I can tell someone to do.
Right. Naomi, people find your entrepreneurial spirit infectious. Can you talk about how this energy lends support during the quiet solitude of gem carving?
These pieces took between 400 and 500 hours to make.
Oh my goodness.
When you're working on something like that, you have to be sort of spiritually prepared, because you have to have a long view. This is not something that you do overnight. This is not like making a bowl of Jell-O. This is very hard and arduous work. But the process is very meditative. And when I hit a wall, I'll change, either I'll work on another piece or I'll start setting something. Some of these pieces have taken me years, because I would hit a wall, I would have to put them away and wait to be able to see them again.
You have award-winning pieces, clearly birthed from mastering your craft. Could you please share what this process has been like for you?
I enjoy mastering difficult skills. I really do enjoy that. And when I win an award, I feel rewarded for the hard work that I've put in to become a world-class master of carving and gem design. I find that very, very gratifying.
Naomi Sarna has traveled the world to source her materials, with her work taking her to remote countries like Tanzania. Naomi has seized this opportunity to positively impact these communities.
Naomi Sarna is a role model and also a mentor for Tanzanian women. With her, we help bringing together women, a group where we use local minerals, especially tanzanite, to make jewelry our own style. Because of Naomi Sarna, these women have discovered a source of income that they never had before.
I take Naomi's contribution as a beginning. We are part of it, and somehow I'm not dealing with the gemstone, but here I am. So she's getting support from all corners.
Naomi is probably the best carver of gemstones worldwide, and she gets a lot of recognition worldwide with all the work that she's doing.
Naomi, let's talk about your personal contributions. How important is it for you to give back to the source of your materials?
Well, it's very, very important to me. I saw that these luxury goods were coming out of this abject poverty, and I felt that I had to do something about that.
Naomi, before we close, do you have any thoughts that you'd like to leave with our viewers?
Yes. L'Heure Bleue, my tanzanite carving, is my contribution to this group of Maasai people who are struggling to come into the 21st century. Very ancient people. Many of them are illiterate, and many of them do not see well. When I went to Tanzania, I saw that no one had eyeglasses. All of the proceeds from the sale of L'Heure Bleue will go for eye care there. And this is a very grateful community. I know that they will be very happy to accept the aid that comes from this piece.
It certainly appears that Naomi Sarna Designs is leaving a beautiful legacy within the jewelry industry and in the world. Such a beautiful, powerful story. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
For Worldwide Business, I'm Kathy Ireland. Thank you for watching.